Sanbonani. It has been a very busy day for me. Yes, namhlanje ngithe ngizokhuluma nokuthi why singenamali, yabo? Why iple mali? We are working so hard and imali ayikho, iyabaleka. And yeah, I'm gonna do this using a story and a lesson that I learned through my son. And that time he was 6. We were at Pick and Pay, and then we bought the things that we came to buy, and then I paid, and they gave me change. And then we got into the car. After getting into the car, sapumage, just before, as we are getting out of the Pick and Pay, close to where we used to stay, kunabantu abathengisayo just by the robots. And these guys, the reason I think they came through to my window closer because they saw which I was with him and the robots were closed. So this guy came showing me the toy that he had on his, and then he was obviously doing that so that this child can maybe, iPhone or anything like that. So then when I responded and said to this guy, no, ngiyabonga. And then this guy, before he couldn't tell ngiyabonga, angnamal. And then just after dismissing that, the robots opened. So I started the car and then we left. And as we were driving off, my son says to me, Mama, why are you lying? And I'm like, what do you mean, why am I lying? He says, no, you just told that guy, Guti awunamal. And mina now I know Guti in your purse, in your wallet, there's money. And mina now is to patale Pick and Pay, they gave you the money. So how come when now you are saying you don't have money? Why are you lying to yourself? Yeah? Why are you lying to yourself and telling this guy? Why are you not? And then obviously to defend myself, to try and explain to him, but no, the reason I'm saying that is because that guy and he's trying to sell me that thing. And then he says to me, but then why didn't you tell him you don't want the toy instead of you saying that you don't have money? And then he kept on going with, why are you lying to yourself? You keep lying to yourself and telling yourself you don't have money and you've got lots of money in your wallet. You see, this is not right, and this is not. And I was sitting in the car, and I realized what was happening. Which, like, I was being given a lecture, and at the same time, a beating for upigimali ikona. Yilento also my pastor at that time said share ukuthi umuntu imali neyindlebe, imali yezwa, ifana nawe nje ezumuntu. So if you are and then he related a story. He's one of those pastors where Mama Shera, they use a story, they still tell stories to send the message out. So he says this person that was in a queue at a shop. So a patala. So they opened the wallet, while they are busy. Then this one person that was behind them wamthinta and then said, can I please have change? Emnikeza a note ehlangene. Obvious ucela change because ubone makavulwa lethu ukuthi there were 10 rands, 20 rands and all that. So this one responded and said, no, I don't have. Yabona? So then umfundisi wathi kithi, no, that is why you guys don't have the money, because le mali yaniphike khona. Uthi then ama 10 rands, ama 20 rands, as they were there, they sent conversed and said, you see, lo muntu siphika sikhona and uthi thina sikho. So what is going to happen ukuthi masiphuma nje la kule sikhwama sakhe lesi, singaphinde nje sibuye, singaphinde, because thina sihlala endaweni la ukuthi we don't get acknowledged. Umuntu asiphike, cabanga wena ungathanda kanjani ukuthi umuntu athi anawe in a relationship bese ayakuphika athi awukho ukhona afuna ukuthandana nabanye abantu, whatever the reason, akuphike. It's not a nice thing. So nathi masiphuma la singaphinde sibuye. And that was a lesson that time, and it's a lesson that I forgot. Engikhumbule njengoba this my son was telling me ukuthi but why are you lying yourself? Why do you keep telling yourself that you don't have the money? And why don't you tell this guy that no, you don't want the toy, and then and not tell him what awunamal? And that made me realize that that's what is causing us, a whole lot of us, ukuthi singabi nale mali, because sinale tendency yokuyiphika. Actually imali siyayiphika ikhona. I have yet I am yet to meet a person ekukuthi uzothi momcela imali or ufuna imali of some way athi kuwe no angeke ngikhona ukukunikeza imali because of 1 2 3. Many of us, instead of saying ukuthi no imali enginayo it is for this and that, we rather say anginayo imali. So we have gotten and ingrained in our psyche the belief of not having money, and we are living it. Meaning because is bathi ilimi liyakha liyabhidliza, thina we are killing the money that we are having ngokuthi sithi asinayo siyiphike iloki khona. So as a result le mali ayihlali ithi qeda ukufika ithatha ama-debit order, ithathwe yini kuvela ama-emergency left right and center, kufika abantu abanye baskenywe abanye benzeni. Because why? Asikwazi, we don't have a good relationship with money. Imali ifana nami nawe, it's like a person. So if you are having a relationship with a person and this person ekphika kwabanye abantu, vele you will not want to stay in that relationship. You will do everything in your power ukuthi ungahlali kulo relationship, uphume uzuzifunele omunye umuntu. So that is the same thing, that is the same thing that is keeping us ukuthi sibe kule constant loop yokungabi nemali because siyiphika noma ikhona. And the reason is ukuthi siyiphika ikhona because we don't understand the value of money. We don't understand money as is. Sicabanga ukuthi imali ima ise 1,000 rand. Imali, it's money when it's a million rand. Money, it's money when it's 10,000 rand. What we do not understand, which is also another lesson that I learned through these guys, there's my husband's Ethiopian friends, and then he said, what we need to understand, or what they've understood very well on their side, every 1 rand for a 10 rands, ukuthi be 10 rands, iyenzwe ama 1 rand ay 10. And for a 1 rand, iyenzwe ama 1 cent ay 100. So whether you have a cent, whether you have a 1 rand, whether you have a 10 rand, whether you have 50 rand, a 100 rand, whether you have 1,000 rand, you need to understand ukuthi imali, it's the value of money. It does not change because isichintshe isimo sayo. Uthi ngoba sengama coin, then it's no longer money. Because now isiyehlile, then it's no longer money. It is still money. Manje thina, because we don't understand that ukuthi ukuze ngibe ne-1,000 rand, I need to make 100 rands, which is why even in nalento ukuthi asitholi imisebenzi, asikhona ukwenza, we don't see these little things njengalabo abathengisa lapha estradini, abathengisa ama-veg and all these things. Those people ekugcineni bayazi ukuthi mina ngilala nginayo 100 rand, and mabahlanganisa le 100 rand, 100 rand a day for 31 days, we're talking 3,100. And yet there are people ekukuthi abakwazi ukwenza even 100 rand a month. Yet those people uyazi ukuthi mina okusanayo, I am able to make 100 rand a day. Even if ngathiwa ngikwazi ukwenza 10 rand a day, that 10 rand a day, it equates to 310 over 31 days versus me sitting and not doing anything. That is what is causing us not to have money. The psychology around money, how we think about money. We always think ukuthi mali umayiseyiningi. I remember sharing this with my driver. Ethi ngimi ma'am, ngicabanga ukuthi ngeke ngize ngikhona ukusuka la ngiyeDurban, ikhadi alinamali. Ngithi ikhadi alinamali liphathe ikhadi lama-tolls alinamali. Ngithi what do you mean ukuthi angeke ukwazi ukusuka ikhadi alinamali? Athi no, because there's no, the money ekhona ekhadini is not gonna be enough. Then I said to him, but that's what you're supposed to be telling me, ukuthi ma'am, imali is not gonna be enough. Ngicela u-add imali while I'm on a trip. There's nothing stopping you, because from here until you figure a Marion Hill, the money that is in the card, it's enough to get you to Marion Hill. And it doesn't mean ukuthi njengoba usuka la une 230 in your a tall thing, uyozofika eMarion Hill kusesena 230. So you can't foresee in the future, like ukhulume what is, ukhulume ngento ekhona as if ayikho, because when you are looking in the future. Just like somebody who will say, kuthiwa trip ehamba sebenza enzakala ngoDecember, it's September, and this person is already confirming ukuthi yena ngoSeptember ngoDecember uzoba ngenamali because ubona ukuthi manje akanamali. Why atakanamali? It's because akabona ukuthi le 1 rand anayo, it is money. Akabona ukuthi the 10 rands anayo in their wallet, it is money. And what they need to learn ukuthi njoba isikhona le 1 rand, njoba isikhona le 10 rand, how do I multiply it so that it iyande? Not ukuthi siyiphike ikhona sithi ayikho. So if that has been your language, that is your language, uma ufuncisha abantu utshela ukuthi no uncisha abantu awufuna ukuthi abantu bakuhluke, you setting boundaries. That is not how you set boundaries, by lying to yourself. You set boundaries by being honest ukuthi imali enginayo eyokwenza ukuthi 1 2 3 or 5 angeke ngikwazi ukukunikeza, hayi ukuthi ukhuluma ngokuthi ayikho ikhona. Because once you do that, then you are confirming, you are affirming, you are prophesying ukungabi nemali, which is why you don't have money. And if une 1 rand, as I'm talking to you, you cannot say to people you don't have money, because 1 rand it's money, 1 cent it is money. But once you start understanding the good, I do have money, but now I need to know how to multiply the money that I do have, then that's a different story ke manje. Usuqala ke usufuna ukwazi ukuthi ngimultiply kanjani this 1 rand ukuthi ibe 1,000 rand, ngimultiply kanjani le 1,000 rand ukuthi ibe 10,000 rand, not uthi ayikho ibe ikhona. Nayo ke inkinga yakho, yiyo inkinga. That is why in that 30 days program I'm telling you about, where I'm saying to you, that program, I'm even going to be able to, I'm sure I show you nokuthi le mali othi ayikho ikuphi iyenzani, because many of us don't even know ukuthi le mali esithi ayikho iyenzani. What is it even serving in your life as is the money ekhona? What is it doing? What value is it adding to your life? Because when you don't see those things and you don't appreciate those things, there's no way that you are going to multiply that money. There's no way that you are going to be vested with more, which is what even the Bible goes to, from whom much is given, much is required. Much is expected. So if you cannot be trusted with 1 rand, how do you think you're going to be trusted with 1,000,000 rand? If you can't appreciate 1 rand, how do you think you're going to appreciate 1,000,000 rand? Because what you're going to do, ngale 1,000,000 rand, uzoyenza what you do with the 1 rand, you're going to eat it, we finish and dismiss it. That's how it works. That's what it is. So, ngifuna ukushintsha your money story, qala ke, ustate ukusibona imali for what it is. The value that money is. Not something else. See money for what it is and start appreciating all the monies that you have. Leo 1 rand onayo, that's money. That leo 10 rand onayo, that's money. Start acknowledging what when you do have money, what you need to know and to learn is how to multiply this money. That is all that I wanted to share today. Much love. See you. Remember to comment, remember to share, remember to like. I will see you again tomorrow. And tomorrow again, so it's just a quick one on the difference between saving and investing. Thank you. Much love. Bye-bye.